All right, welcome back to Soup to Nuts. So today we are going to be hooking up the hitch in the back of the truck. So this is how we're going to do it. And yes, it is what? It's cold.
40, oh look at the American flag. 43 degrees I think is what it said, so.
But it feels colder than that because there's no sun out.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. So we've been working on the camper. We got the floor all swapped out. I had to...
If you want to see that video, I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link up on the top so you can see how we replaced the floor in our slide out.
Yep. And then we took the water heater out because this summer, traveling all the way across the country and down some pretty bumpy roads, things came a little loose. So it started to migrate out. It wouldn't come out,
No.
but it separated from the walls. So I reconfigured everything in the water heater. We also changed out the pressure relief valve because I don't know if the valve just went bad, but we were in Kansas and I hooked up to a spigot that was probably, you could have hooked a fire hose up to it. It had that much pressure. So it started pushing water out the pressure relief valve, so I just disconnected it. I mean, we had water in our tanks, and it was funny because we had a guy that came in next to us, and he had these nice hoses that were all heat wrapped because it was cold there.
Yeah.
And I got up early in the morning, or in the middle.
I noticed it, and I said the guy's camper has water all over it because I was coming out to walk the dogs. And so Steve went over there and turned...
Yeah, I went over and turned his water off.
And
He
then
came
let him-
out and I was like, hey, I turned your water off. You blew up your hose. He goes, did I really? Yes, you did. But yeah, beware. Test the water out before you hook up the hose to see what the pressure is.
Or have a pressure regulator.
Which we went and bought.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yep, not doing that again. So.
All right, anyways, he got off on a tangent.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is more of hooking up
Putting the hitch in the back of the truck.
Putting the hitch in the truck.
All right, so we'll put it on the camera on the old tripod. We have an easy hitch, and it's pretty easy, but I'm getting up there in age, and I got to work with somebody, so we have to lift it up.
Excuse me? I do my job.
She does
Thank
her
you very
job.
much.
If it wasn't for her, I used to be able to just manhandle it and throw it up on the back of the truck years ago. So, but I'm going to succumb to my age is catching up with me right now. Right now, I'll reverse it. So, come on, let's go.
All right, so when we have the hitch out of the truck, let me tell you, if you have one of these little moving dollies, it makes it so much easier to move it in and out of the way till you can get it close to your truck. But since we have gravel, that's as far as it goes.
All right, so the tools we're going to use for this are my Cobalt Impact driver.
And we keep all these in the truck.
Yes, separated so we always know exactly where they are.
Yes.
I got a 3/4 inch impact, deep well impact socket, and looks like a 9-inch extension. And these are the bolts that go in with self-locking nuts. Uh-oh. Oh, there's one down by your feet. Don't forget, hernia operation tomorrow. Lift with your legs.
And that's why we're doing it today, because if we did it after, it would...
It'd probably wreck me.
Yeah, it'd
Rip
probably rip
stitches.
it. Yeah, and
Okay,
we don't want that to happen.
I'm going to put my foot here when we pick it up. I'm just going to kick the dolly back. When I'm back at the truck, all we have to do is pick this up and drop her in.
And that's all there is to it. Now we're just going to put the bolts in and get the compressor with the impact drill, wrench. What is that? Impact drill?
Driver.
with the impact driver and secure the hitch in. When you put the bolts in, you want the nuts on the outside, so it's a lot easier to screw the bolts on, or the nuts on, I should say.
Did you not plug the air compressor?
Yes, it's plugged in.
Done? What's that?
You got that one?
Yeah.
And there you go, folks. Hitch is in the back of the truck. See, that's how we have our bolts. And we've had this hitch since we bought the camper. It's been a good one. I know it's not the B&W or whatever all those big fancy ones, but hey, gotta do what's easy for you. And it's a 16,000-pound hitch.
Look here, I found a spoon, honey.
Oh, do we need to do some magic?
Well, the spoon was in the truck, so what I want to show people is if you rub it and get it warmed up, and I know it's cold, but you warm that spoon up and you can watch it. Look at there, that right over. Huh.
All right, so that will conclude this little short video. We'll see you on the next one.